So ThriveABLE AI is a business that really ensures that leaders and organizations have a mindset around AI that will give them measurable return or gain linking to linkABLE around their people and their business objective. So we're not a tech provider because it'd be a lot of issues if I was. However, Craig, Kim and I really want to equip leaders again to become relevant in the era of AI, to go at an executive level, how do I have an AI strategy? What does that look like? And again, being very intentional and deliberate around what that looks like. What do we need to consider around our people? What do we need to consider around transformation, tech, etc.? And be very deliberate about it. What I see a lot, Jonathan, which we talked about, is this scattergun approach to go, oh, wow, I need to get on the AI train. I need to do that quickly. And maybe I'm dabbling in it. And maybe I think AI is just ChatGPT or Copilot. However, so much more than that. And I think when you get very clear on what the landscape of AI is doing and where that's going, you have a really clear strategy, but equally you can bring your team on board to figure out because it's a really interesting flipped strategy that initially you do need to get your team members to come up with where the best use cases are that get the best return. And again, we've got an ethos of showing the return on where AI can play in your organization. So if you were to get rid of some low-hanging fruit, maybe in the accounts payable space or the accounts receivable space with agentic workflow, then that would provide, measurable return of 50,000. I'm making this up across, 6 months. What would that allow you to do with that, redirected resource or that redirected time? So that's in a nutshell what we're doing. We're not the tech players, but we can connect you to that. However, it's more around leadership, mindset, strategy, and where do you best play and be deliberate about it.